I think I actually literally have a 1 through 5 process of getting published on my website. You know, step number 1, read and write as much as you can. Step number 2, complete your work. That's one of the hardest things to do. Everyone and their mom wants to get into writing, but no one ever finishes. Step number 3, editing it. And you just do that a million times, back and forth, between you and people that you trust. And when you can get to read it, the better. The more perspectives you get, the better. Step number 4, just repeating that process, because it's so important. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to edit your work. So step number 5, that's when you can start submitting to publishers and agents. And I would recommend going through an agent first, because they're going to have your best interest in mind. You might even consider self-publishing, which would be like through, say, Amazon.
The second question is the tips. To do your research when it comes to publishing companies and see if they work for you and reading it from front page to back page. Second one was that you would have rather have gone to through an agent as opposed to a publishing company. Or is that something that you'd like to try out soon?
I might want to try it out soon, if it's a really good agent.
And is there any other tips that you got for young writers that they could probably bypass since you already lived through it?
Don't be afraid to get criticism. Criticism is your best friend. The harsher your friends and family and fellow writers can be to you, the better, because it'll ultimately make you a stronger writer. The most important bit of advice I can give is just always be you. You're writing because you love to write. Tell your message. Don't tell anyone else's message. It's a way of expression, and that's the goal, is to express yourself. Have other people read a piece of your mind.
And speaking of messages, what is your message to the world through your writing or just through Oliver in general?
To be an individual. Don't go through life reading books or watching media and thinking that people are set in stone, characteristics are set in stone. There's one perspective you have in life, and that's yours. Be an individual. Be you. Don't try to be anyone else. Don't feel the need to please anyone else. Be the best version of you can be.
Awesome. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for Phoenix Rising. This is Oliver. Make sure to go pick up his book, Violet Star. I bet you it's super awesome. I think I would have read this when I was younger, and I still believe I could read it.
You should still read it.
I should still read it. But when I think about like going to the library when we were younger, I was like, yeah, like I'm gonna go read all these books, and I was always super interested in books that definitely had a different perspective, and especially talking about those stories that we couldn't relate to because it only went so far in our cartoons and the books that we were reading. And I'm sure that this book would have been super relatable to be super kick-ass, but still be true to themselves and be super positive. And like, I like the idea of her and who she is as a person. So pick it up. If not, go get your young people, your children, because I know all of you are, having families and stuff. So make sure to put this to your collection, and actually just having books in your house. As you can see, Oliver's doing a great job of that with movies and creative stuff and a whole bunch of books that I don't have in my house. But continue to read, continue to write, and keep doing what y'all are doing. So thank you all so much, and we will see you next time.
Have a good one.
Let them know your connects so I can put it at the link below. So where can they find you?
Oh, I can be found on Facebook, Twitter, and now Instagram. Twitter is Oliver Element. Facebook, I have a page for the Violet Star, and then Instagram is just J. Oliver Madison. And I have a website also. It's olivermadison.com.